are set to go. Evan McPherson to do the honors, and we are underway from Cincinnati. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
On second and a yard, Dalton. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's third down.
I don't see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
But just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. Play action now, Dalton. There's Chris Olave. He's got room at the 30. Down the left sideline. Touchdown, New Orleans. I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run on the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there. Will Lutz on for the point after. And it's good as the Saints have a 7-0 lead. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, how about the challenge we're seeing here in this game early? Man coverage against some fleet receivers. That time, the defense won.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Burrow. Man open. That's Jamar Chase complete.
Here we go. 11 empty.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. Another one into the hands of Jamar Chase. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Throwing again, it's Burrow. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Pete Werner. And the Saints are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. Well, when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Ingram again. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
On 3rd down, here's Kamara. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20. It's a 9-yard gain, and it'll keep the drive moving.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. He dumps it down to Ingram. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. So the completion good for 7 there, and it'll be second down. Back to the running game. It's Ingram. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Despite only needing 1, Dalton to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. Here we go with Kamara. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. So now following the roll of the dice, they've got a 1st and 10 inside the 35. Passing, it's Dalton. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Logan Wilson from that outside linebacker spot gets in there. It's a loss of 9. Well, he shot in, CD, like he was out of a cannon from that linebacker position. And even though they had a running back in the backfield, no one could stop him.
Well, you certainly diagnosed that play perfectly because as fast as he got into the backfield, you're exactly right. The running back had no shot to get over and try and protect his quarterback, and a sack resulted.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Throwing, Dalton. And his throw here's incomplete.
I didn't like the look of that play right from the beginning. I thought he should have seen the coverage that was there, tried to force it in. That one, he's fortunate, just fell incomplete.
The offense on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. Andy Dalton. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Dalton now to pass. Got his tight end. That's complete. That's Johnson. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him.
And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Saint touchdown. Alvin Kamara taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Saints go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. Lutz to try to add the PAT. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Saints 14, Bengals nothing. Will Lutz will kick off for New Orleans.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Bengals take over first down and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Here we go. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Give him 32 on the play.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have.
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Burrow looking to pass. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 32-yard line. Here's Burrow. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. And Burrow going to throw again. Quick hitter here, it's complete. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's 2nd down. Now it's Burrow. This goes out wide from Mixon. Touchdown, Bengals! Joe Mixon, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Bengals are back within a score. Extra point by McPherson, up and good, and that'll make our score 14-7. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. They run it again with Kamara. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. 57 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Down at the 35, it'll be 2nd down. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Bucs set to get the football first, and they trail here as we get started in the second half. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw caught by Higgins. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. On 2nd and 9. Burrow firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. Now it's Burrow. Got a man. It's Chase. He completes it. And they move this all the way down to the 9. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Touchdown! Jamar Chase on the touchdown throw from Joe Burrow. And the Bengals are an extra point away from evening this one up. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And we are tied at 14. So all square here in this 3rd quarter as the kick's away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. After that last touchdown we just saw, Charles, we got ourselves a brand new ball game, all tied here in the 3rd as they have their first possession of this second half.
And Brandon, this drive is all about one word to me, and that's the word answer, because they're trying to answer the momentum the other offense picked up in tying the game, because not only if they score and they feel better about themselves, they'll retake the lead and maybe set the tone for the rest of the half, keeping them in the driver's seat.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Third down, a shot here for Dalton. And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
They'll try on fourth. Here's Dalton. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
It's not easy playing the corner, is it? A lot of times you got to defend against the pass, but sometimes you have to play against the run. How about the job he did there, crashing inside to make that tackle for a loss?
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Burrow will throw. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Hayden Hurst from 8 yards out. And the Bengals have scored again in this third quarter, this time to move out in front. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And last time, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game, and sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. And Dalton to throw. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 3 quarters have come and gone. And we'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Saints 14.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Back to the ground. It's Kamara. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Kamara gets it again on 2nd down. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. This offense on 3rd down today, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and 5. Now flags will come in. And I think this is against the Saints up front. And this offense back to needing 10 yards after the false start. 3rd and 10. Dalton. And this this is going to be incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up fourth. Big fourth down here. It's Dalton. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Bengals will get the football back. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. He'll hand it off here. This is Mixon. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
That's good for a Cincinnati Bengals. 11. First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
11. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
11.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Burrow, he'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And some space here. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Well, and this is where quarterbacks' passing numbers sometimes get a little bit more inflated than they should, because this is a short little pass, but it goes for big yardage.
Yeah, and this just looked like a simple, ordinary play to start, but boy, did things change. Once he got free, it was off to the races, and once he hit high gear, there's absolutely no one who was going to stop him.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the catch on the next-gen stats. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
3rd and 2 for Dalton. And the catch made by Johnson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. 79 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
If you're in the offensive huddle, you're smiling after that play because you've certainly got them guessing now. 2nd and short, could they just hand it off for another big gain, or did they take advantage of this spot to take a big shot downfield?
From just shy of midfield, Dalton. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
They had to put it mildly. Look at the lead, look at the deficit, trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all, and you're exactly right. It's going to take a lot for them to have a chance to win this one now.
They will throw on 1st down with Burrow. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Inside handoff to Mixon. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. Burrow on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
McPherson's kick is good. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Well, probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the 4th quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
And out across midfield, down to the 45. Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. Again, he's got that man Landry. And he's going to get this down near the 25. And again, Andy Dalton to throw. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Passing, it's Dalton. And he fires one that's intercepted. Chidobe-Awuzie with a pick. And the Bengals are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. They set themselves behind the chains, try to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. 1st down. That one looks like he'll throw here. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now Burrow. We're looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. There he goes, left side. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets all the way down inside the 20-yard line. Well, somebody lit a fire.
Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. This ain't rap music, this straight literature. Small-minded All your ideas miniature. They tend to hate on you when they can't get rid of you. I ain't going nowhere, 20-year career minimum. Call Hit Boy for beats, ask for 10 of them. I don't follow trends, I swing the pendulum. If the bag good, I'm gon' give her some. Let's reflect times, I try to collect minds from complex rhymes. And by the way, shout out Tech 9. Go and shut the up, just let me talk. I'm a time bomb that's waiting to go off. Quite nuclear, amazing what fame could do to you. Too peculiar, although I'm truly a Renaissance starter.